Hey guys, make sure to check out Flyaway Simulation. It's got loads of great stuff, including freeware downloads for FSX, latest aviation news, forums, and a whole lot more. That's flyawaysimulation.com. Hello, and welcome back to Jack's FSX videos and to the next video request episode on this channel. So today, you can already see it's the Airbus A321 Air Berlin aircraft, A321-200, and we're here in Prague, Czech Republic. And we'll be taking a full flight up to Germany, the German capital of Berlin, and landing there obviously. So this airport, I'm going to attempt to pronounce it, is Rozine. No idea how to say that really, but that's that. And the airport code is LKPR, so Lima Kilo Papa Romeo. And the airport we're landing at, which is in Berlin, is Tegel Airport, or Tegel. Again, not sure how to pronounce that. And the airport code for that is EDDT, so Echo Delta Delta Tango. And we'll actually be flying over two other airports in Belgium. I keep wanting to say Belgium. In Berlin. Which I forgot the names of actually, but there's two that you fly over right before well, not exactly fly over, that you sort of just pass by right underneath the airport that we're going to be landing at. But I chose this one because I was looking some stuff up. Although this one isn't the biggest one, it's apparently considered more to be the main Berlin airport. So we're here just now, powered off as usual for the full flights. Again, you probably already noticed the jetty isn't really attached well, the air bridge. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'll see if I can sort something out. But again, it's not doing with other aircraft as well. I guess I should try it with the... what's that? I don't know what that is, so we're just going to go out there for now. Yeah, so I think I should just try with the jetty like another time with an airport that I know it works with. So the first thing we're going to do is obviously get the clearance as usual. Actually, one thing I have forgotten to do is put my headset on. I'm just having it played through the speakers right now. Thankfully, it's quite quiet, so my mic won't pick it up. Let me just get my headset. Alright, there we go. So, first thing we need to do is get IFR clearance. Is that still doing it? I really don't know what this sound is, but it's never happened before, so I'm not sure. Let's just input our data though. Flight data. So we're climbing to 8,000. Fly runway heading. Set our speed up there. Yeah, if you know what that sound is, you can let me know in the comments. It would be quite useful in case it happens again, but I've never come across it before in this aircraft. Just a random beeping noise. Right, so that's 22 for takeoff. Right, so I think we're all set up there. We'll switch this over to GPS, turn on flight director, so that's all ready to go there. The time, I think, is around about 7 in the evening, in case you're wondering. So let's just get rid of that jetty, that air bridge, or jetway, like I keep saying, plenty of names for it. I tend to call it jetty usually, but I do prefer calling it an air bridge. I think that just sounds better. Yeah, so we'll just get rid of that. So time is about 7 in the evening. I think like FSX classing it as like dawn is at like 8 or something. So we should be able to see what is classed as dawn. But again, dawn in FSX doesn't actually mean sunset. It's just what they class as what divides between daytime and dawn, basically, and dusk and daytime, that sort of thing. But we might see the sunset after, probably, if we do, it's probably be after landing, but I don't think we'll see the whole sun completely go down, because this flight is meant to be around about, it's about 55 minutes in real life, I think. so including like taxi time and stuff, we might be able to do it. We'll see. I don't actually know what time sunset's meant to be, so I couldn't tell you for sure. So right, there we go. Let's request a taxi. And then we'll get a pushback and everything and head over to the runway. I think there's 2 runways at this airport. I haven't really looked around, but as far as I can see, it's just that one and this one coming down here. So we'll see which one we go to. So it looks like we're going over there to that end. That's reflecting off that building a lot. Don't know if it's like to give that Rex thing that I changed, like I mentioned on the last full flight. Right, so let's just get rid of that. Go back in here. Still doing it. So I think we're good to go. So we'll just get a pushback over to the left. And I'll probably have to stop it quite early because there's an aircraft right there to our left. So I don't really want to hit into that because, like I keep saying in these full flight episodes, my pushback never lines up with the taxi line. I don't think it's going to be any different today. Let's see. Well, it does seem to be going going back quite a bit. Might surprise me. And I know I'm in like a heavy space right now, but as you can see, all of the rest of them are gone. The only ones available were like these side ones here. So I just decided to go into this one, the only available one on a building, so that the jetty's there. And air bridge, like I said, that's what I want to call it, the air bridge. Actually, you know what? I think it's done that thing where it doesn't even pick up the fact that you want to turn. It also does that occasionally. So I think it's just going to take me straight back. But that's alright, considering there is a taxiway behind me, so I can just stop in there. And power up the engines and flaps and lighting and everything. What was I going to say though? I was going to say something that I mentioned last episode. Oh yeah, it's about the actual flight itself. I said in the last full flight, not last episode, last full flight, that this would be an A319 I'd be using, but obviously as you can see it's an A321, so I decided to change it, basically because I realised that I'd already been using, I already used the A319 I think once or twice in like these episodes, so I just decided to change that, basically. Change it to an A321 because I haven't used this in this series, I don't think. Let's just get all of this sorted. So flaps are down 1 notch. That first engine's just coming on there. And power up number 2. Right, so both engines are now on. Just get our lighting done then. So we don't need strobe, we need beacon, wing, nav and logo, recognition, taxi, and logo. And seatbelt sign should have already been on. I forgot about that. Seatbelt signs I never really bother with, if I'm honest. I don't know why, I just never really have. But I still do try to remember. Now my main aim for this episode, okay, is lighting. That is something that I constantly forget. You know, I always remember to turn the landing lights and switch from landing to taxi, always on takeoff. But when it comes to landing, I usually forget to either turn them on, turn on the landing lights, and then once we've landed, I usually forget to then turn on the taxi lights, or both. Yeah, I might forget to turn on the landing lights and then forget to switch them, or I might do both or whatever. So that's my main aim for this episode, is to do that. That beeping sound is still going, which is kind of worrying. Let's just see what happens once we move forward a little bit. Right. Still going it. What am I forgetting? I must be forgetting something. It's the fact that it's been doing it from the sky. Let me just stop for a second. What am I missing? Right, okay, I'm back, and I think I've sorted the problem, so hopefully there'll be no more of that beeping. Because I was just in the cockpit, by the way, in case you just think I'm guessing. But hopefully there'll be no more beeping, so should be a good flight from now on. I was just trying to think of the last couple of episodes that I did, because like I said in the last full flight, I'm doing these sort of all at once, just to, because I'll tell you more about the break thing in a bit, in case you, basically I'm taking a break. You'll still get episodes out, it's just for those of you who perhaps didn't watch the last full flight, I'll just briefly explain it again, but mainly, if you want to know the full details, just watch the last full flight that I did, which is up somewhere on my channel. But I'm just trying to think of the last episodes that I did. I think it was the wing view landing at Copenhagen. I would recommend that one. That one was quite good. And the one before that was I think the EasyJet A319 landing at Cardiff, which is quite good as well. But I would definitely recommend the Copenhagen one, because it's adding quite a few like realistic things, obviously, like to make it seem like you're a passenger. So I used the Captain Sim 777-200 and basically just put the camera using EasyDock into the cabin, like looking outside of a cabin window, and just landed the aircraft like that. Obviously not landing it looking out the cabin window. I did a replay and then recorded it. So it's pretty good. It's got Fly Tampa Copenhagen scenery in it. So yeah, it's pretty good. What else is going in? I added in something else. It's got the EasyDock effects in it as well, like how it sort of bumps up and down with like turbulence and wing, and then when it actually hits the ground it moves a little bit. But there's something else that I can't actually remember. I only recorded it yesterday. But yeah, I'll explain more about the break that I'm about to have and stuff once we're in the air, and I'll show you the route then. Trying not to forget at that time. Like I did last time, it was like halfway through the flight I actually ended up showing you what the flight plan looks like. I should probably just do that on the ground, to be honest. Alright, let's speed up a little bit. I'm being a little bit too cautious this time. I'm at like 10 knots. Right, so that's the runway we go. Oh no, there is another runway. Didn't see that. I thought there was two, but there's three. So looking at the way this is going, yeah, I think I can see it. Yeah, going all the way up there. So I think we're taking off on this runway here. That goes basically the runway that we're taxiing parallel to right now. I believe we're going on that one. Taking off there. In fact, I'll just show you the flight plan while we're taxiing here. Right, so it looks like, so if we're going that way, we're going to be taking off the other direction, which is good. That's in the way of our flight plan, so we won't have to like make a massive turn or something like that. It's quite actually awkward because we're facing the wrong way. It might be better to show you in the air. You can't really see it like this. Yeah, I'll just wait to show you the flight plan in the air. I think there's only one like 2 turns in it, and they're like right next to each other. It's like halfway through the flight. So that's pretty much the only interesting part in terms of what the aircraft is actually doing for this flight. Obviously, apart from I mean, basically just going mid-flight. That's the only sort of change that will happen, just those 2 turns. But like I said, I'll show you all of that in a second. I'll just turn on the auto throttle at this point, just so we're more ready for takeoff. But there's no aircraft ahead of us, and I don't think there's even any behind us. So we should be good to take off pretty much straight away. Unless obviously there's an aircraft landing. I do really like that sun that I chose on Rex. I still didn't actually, I didn't actually look to see, double check what it's called, but I think it's called like Scorch or Scorching, either one of those. Basically how it just is a lot bigger and like comes out like that in that sort of way. Going a little bit offline there. Yeah, so I do like that a lot better than what it was. Oh, what just happened there? Yeah, it's a bigger airport than I thought then. I thought like there wasn't really anything behind here, but there's loads actually. This is where looks like all like general aviation and cargo and hangars all and stuff are around this side. And hopefully after takeoff we'll be able to have a decent look at what Prague looks like. There's no add-ons or anything, scenery add-ons in this game. I was thinking about buying one of the Aerosoft scenery add-ons for one of the Berlin airports. I forgot what it's called, something beginning with S. Actually no, it begins with B. But when I looked at it on Google Maps, it sort of looked like they were combined, these 2 airports. So I guess we'll see. And none of these runways actually look like very big or heavy duty. Got no lines down the sides like most sort of big runways will. Right, almost there it looks like. Just bring up our thing. Oh yeah, if you want to get this thing up, a key command for that is scroll lock. A lot of people have been asking me that, like how I just get it up without going into the menu and then view and then that sort of thing. So yeah, it's just scroll lock to bring that up, the ATC menu. So we'll tune the tower now. That we're pretty much just there. I shouldn't really. Should only do it like once we're on that final bit around the corner. But be ready for it. Alright, so continuing on taxiway L, looks like. Same reason, by the way, that I'm using Progressive Taxi as the last full flight. Didn't really have time to look for any charts and stuff. Right, how are we doing then? There is a landing. Right, let's see if I can do this correctly this time. Whoa! Oh, I did it pretty well that time. I always try to sort of get as good as I can to that line. But I would say that is on triangle, definitely. Come on. Might not allow position and hold, they sometimes don't at certain airports. Looks like that runway needs a bit of a clean though. All the rubber on there. Clear for takeoff. Great, thank you. Right, so we're all set up there. Turn our strobe lights on, landing lights on, and taxi lights off. And let's just head on to that runway. Runway 31. Well, from what I've seen of this airport, I think there's 2 runways going like the other way. Oh, my angle's messed up. I can't really tell what direction I'm facing because my camera's wasn't lined up. Right, so let's just line up with this centre line and then we'll head off. Go for an outside view this time. Whoa, why's the gears coming in? Ooh. Oh my god, that's what the warning was. Alright, there we go. Get those engines in now. Rookie mistake that was then. Apologies about that. Yeah, so that was what it was. The gears were like set for up when I was on the ground, so that's why it was doing that. Right, so let's have a look at the city quickly. Not much to see. Right, heading 335. There we go on that one, we want that one. Just trying to think of a good thumbnail shot. Nope, not anymore. Clouds. Oh yes, alright, so now that we're heading the right direction, just bring up the GPS and show you our route. So there it is there. So like I said, one turn there, and just another small, like just a little cluster there, basically a left, a right, and then a slight left. Up to Berlin. So that's the border there. That will be crossing over in not too long a time, actually. Yeah. I didn't look how high this airport is actually, which I meant to do. Looks like we're levelling off at now at 8,000. Surprised they haven't cleared us. Oh yeah, because we need to contact the next thing. That might be why. I got rid of it because I was trying to get the like thumbnail things again. Should have probably left it. I maintain 16,000. Cruising altitude today is what is it? 23,000. I think the last couple of flights it's been 26,000, but this one's a little bit shorter. So we're not going up as high, because it's a bit of a waste of time. You just get less time for like the passengers to actually be able to scan up and like food and beverages and all of that. Alright, contact that, whatever that is. That's the word I was typing out earlier. Like I said, let me know how to pronounce it, because I'm pretty sure I got it wrong. Okay, so we're now with that departure again. Altitude react. Oh yeah, need to put that back up again. Look there, our throttle's only at 50%, and we haven't even gone past 10,000 yet. I just hate that. How it just stops you at like 8,000, and then you get cleared to the next bit. Because like in real life, they would clear you a little bit ahead, but here you level out, and then they tell you, and then you've got to climb again, and then that thing resets to 1,000, which is annoying. Oh, we're already on to Prague Centre. I thought we'd still be on the departure. Oh no, we have gone a little bit further than I thought. Yeah, makes sense. Don't know where Berlin Centre starts. Right, so we're now gone past 10,000, so we can turn off our landing lights and increase our speed up. Bring that down a couple of notches. My god, I cannot contact Prague Centre. That's the problem with going into city centres, because city frequencies, because it's literally packed with people. So my tactic, as it's just worked, is just to click, 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 click until it like accepts me in, basically. Alright, let's just get another look outside the aircraft. Right, here we go. Thing doesn't look like it's going down much though. It does look a lot darker ahead. We're pretty much almost lined up with this thing now, so I think we're just gonna turn on that and resume our own navigation. Right, so on to this like May/June break. Like I said, if you want to just know like the full extent of it, just watch my last full flight. I'm just only going to explain it briefly. I'm taking a 1.5 month break from filming and editing and things like that, simply because I've got exams and stuff coming up, GCSE exams, so just mainly going to concentrate on those. Oh, here's Berlin Centre. So basically in that period I'm not going to be filming or editing, like I said, but I will still be releasing. I'm filming like 5 of these video requests in a couple of days, not as in I'm going to be doing it in a couple of days, as in I'm doing it within 2 to 3 days. So that's what I'm doing. So you guys will still have episodes and stuff, and in terms of the 2 years shutdown, when I'm like back for that, which is basically gonna be, what did I say? I can't even remember what I said now. Yeah, I think I said new channel will be starting in August, and I'll be back in this channel in July. I think that's what I said. I know I'm over speed right now, but I'm waiting for them to clear me up. There we go. Flight level 22. Oh, I think it's 220 then. Yeah, that's it. Not 230. I still continue to go up. There we go. That's our cruising altitude, flight level 220. And as I was also saying with this, when I'm back, like I said, it won't be the same sort of series thing. It will mainly just be like, I think I will actually just decrease that a little bit. What was I saying? Keep forgetting. Or what was I saying? Yeah, it won't be the same sort of series thing. Oh, we've crossed the border. It will just be like just episodes, basically, just coming with videos, even just coming out every now and again, probably 2 or 3 times a week, and hopefully just staying at that. Like I was saying as well, the only sort of series I can think of doing would be a full flight series, just ongoing, you know, like no ending sight sort of thing. It wouldn't be like there's 10 episodes and then that's it, no more full flights. It would be sort of like how the ongoing series was, just, or exactly what it is in this name, ongoing, no ending sight, really. So that's the plans for June and August. And on to news with my new channel. One, I still need a name for it. Thank you for you guys who've requested, well, not requested, who've suggested names for this new channel. I am considering some of them. Some of them I knew that I would just rule out straight away, and then there was obviously others that were actually alright, so I am considering some of them. But still, if you've got any suggestions, it's still a few months away, so there's plenty of time. But if you've got any suggestions for a name for the new channel, then please let me know. It's basically just going to be a multi-gaming channel, all sorts of games on it. Probably including Flight Simulator, but well, yeah, most likely, but not for certain. And here's that first turn, which means that there's an airport around here somewhere. There it is. I knew that there's an airport that would be turning left at. And then just a little bit ahead of here, we're going to be turning right again. So yeah, that's the whole thing with the new channel. In terms of, like I was saying, in terms of games, Flight Simulator most likely, but there will also be other games, like one that I can think of at the top of my head that has already been not only requested by you, but for this new channel, but also a game that I was thinking about is Euro Truck Simulator, because I have played it a couple of times just to see what it's like, and it's alright. It's quite, oh, not alright, it's pretty good actually, pretty good game. So that will probably be in the new channel, and just some other sort of simulator games and stuff. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Here we go. Turn back to the right. Yeah, so there's the new channel, and please subscribe if you can, as obviously more subscribers the better, then the more people discover, and then yeah, that's it really. More subscribers, the more you come up in search terms and stuff like that, so the more people will be able to watch what videos I release, which is obviously good for me, but the main point is it's good for you. More people can see episodes, more people can see videos and stuff. Right, so what else was there? That was something I was going to say. Oh yeah, another thing that Dan has suggested, Dan from the Ultimate Game Setup and from the 2000 subscriber special, is a name basically for you guys. Don't know what you think about that, but he basically suggested just like something to say in the introduction sort of thing, and basically what to call my subscribers as a group. One suggestion by him, which I was a bit unsure about, I didn't really know about calling you guys this, it was passengers. I just couldn't really imagine me doing that, but you know, if that's what you guys like, then I can do that. But again, if you've got any suggestions, even if it's just saying no, you shouldn't do it, or yes, you should do it, then please do comment or send emails and messages or whatever, because obviously this channel is based around you guys, so I don't want to start calling you something that you guys aren't really going to like. So, I mean, I'm not so sure about the whole idea myself, but, you know, I guess if someone came up with quite a good name, you know, that would be good. So, anyway, yeah. Passengers is one suggestion. Right, so we've just got our approach. Can send and maintain 10,000. So we're already coming in, so it's definitely a short flight. Expect vectors ILS runway 8 right. What was the heading that he said? 305. Right, so let's see where we are then. Please expedite my descent. Right, so we're just making that turn over to 305. So I'm guessing 8. I think, yeah, the runways go like parallel like that, so we're obviously must be coming in from this side, the west side, and going eastwards into the airport. So 8 right. So I'm just now going to actually just get the ILS stuff now. So we don't have to go any closer to landing. So 8 right. I'm guessing it's going to be on the right side. There it is. And our frequency is 180.5 with a heading of 79. There we are. So we've got that ready. I'll probably just input that now like I usually do. Nice and early. It's 0.5. And 108. And push that in there. And put in our course of 79. There we are. It's a bit weird how the aircraft still moves even when it's on autopilot when I move this. I mean, it's sort of a bit like turbulence, I guess, that you could create. But it's kind of obvious when you can see that I'm doing it with the joystick there. Let's see what it looks like from the outside. It doesn't really work up and down though that much. Mainly just because it left to right. But I'll stop doing that. Right. Where are we now? Oh, well, I haven't really moved that much. Yeah, I think this bottom airport, that's the one that I was talking about, the one that Aerosoft does that I might get. But before that, I'm going to be getting GSX. But I don't think I'll be getting it actually soon, because this is the last, obviously, this is the last video request. Sort of in that mini series, the 10 episodes that I said I would do. So the next time I'll be sort of, other than just flight and flightsim.com episodes, the next time I'll be doing a flight like this would be like mid-June. So basically I don't see any point in buying it just yet. I'll probably buy it around that time. So nothing that you'd really notice, because I don't use ground services in either the flightsim.com or Just Flight series. Also, as I said in the last episode, Just Flight series will be ending at episode 10, so there's only 3 left. The next one will be the Airbus A321, I think it is, this aircraft. Just like showing around this aircraft, basically. And then I think it's going to be the Boeing 777 from Just Flight, but it's actually by a third party like Wilco or something like that. Not Wilco's as in Wilkinson's, the shop in the UK, as in I think it's the, I could be wrong there, it starts with W, that's all I know basically. I could be just making that up, but yeah, it's from that. And then the last episode is going to be the Airbus A319. The only problem is that I don't think that 777 works. Why am I going that way? It's 335. I don't think the 77 works with like scheme edition and stuff, or whether it's through Windows 10, I don't know. Because I installed it yesterday actually when I was filming that Copenhagen episode with the 777. I installed it just to see, because I was just going to try both out and see which landing looked better, but then it didn't appear in my FSX library, aircraft library, so don't know what's going on with that, but I'll see if I can get it installed. If not, I might have to end up just doing a different episode. I wouldn't be doing the de Havilland Q4-8 Q400 because that was in a FlightSim.com episode recently. So we obviously won't be doing that. Actually, in fact, this flight that we're on, the one that usually goes from Prague to Berlin and Berlin to Prague, is actually usually done by de Havilland -8 Q400, which I did consider using for this flight. But because I've used it like twice pretty recently, I thought I'd go for the A321. Yeah. Right, so I think once we get to about 11,000, I think I'll turn on the fasten seatbelt sign, which again is something I usually forget to do. And then also remember the landing lights. Like I said, that's my main aim for this episode, just get those landing lights on and then off, and then the taxi lights on. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. It keeps doing this like weird stopping thing. It just stops literally for like a second and then catches up again on itself. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Quite annoying, especially when I'm recording. Alright, let's get another update. So it looks like we're going to be going in like that sort of thing, or I reckon we'll turn a little bit more at you first and then come in. So that's what I was saying by the 2 airports like right south of it. Bit weird how they're all lined up like that. They're so close, it's like all within the same airspace, and like all of the I forgot what it's called now. Forgot what it's called. What's it called? This blue line, what's it called? It's got a name, what's it called? I literally cannot remember what it's called. It's gone right in my head. I'll find out later. Get rid of that, I don't need that up. Right, what is the time anyway? 8:05, yeah, so at pretty much precisely this time, this is what FSX classes as dawn, basically, when I looked at it earlier. That sun looks massive now. And it always looks so much smaller in the cockpit. Like if I look here, look, it looks tiny there and then massive there. So weird. Not done very well to scale and stuff there. It definitely starts to look like dark over there now though. Didn't really notice it until like just now. Right, contact Berlin approach. Acknowledge handoff 119.625. At least we now know that we're getting close. So Berlin approach, that's obviously covering all three airports for their approaches into the three different airports. There we are. I said we were going to do a little bit of a turn before, and sure enough we have. Go do my clicking technique again. Oh, what's going on there? Alright, what are we doing the first thing? Oh yeah. Jeez. Fasten seatbelts. Oh, I forgot to turn them off anyway. Okay. Oh, what? No, I swore I turned it off. What happened there then? Alright, landing lights need to be on though. So, have those on. And descend and maintain, what was it, 3,000. Whoa, not that low. Don't really want to crash into the ground today. And there we go. Bring our speed way down now. Just expedite my descent. They're never happy with the 1,000 feet a minute. Ever. They always tell me to expedite my descent. But not usually my climb. My climb is usually sufficient enough at 22,000. I mean, 2,200. 22,000 feet a minute, I think you'd have to be in a rocket to achieve that. Because that's just ridiculous. I mean, imagine that, taking off and literally being at your cruising altitude in a minute, 1 minute, 22,000 feet. Or if you're in like a bigger aircraft, like on a long haul flight, you'd literally be there in 2 minutes. Serving beverages 2 minutes after takeoff. That'd be ridiculous. Right. Oh, I thought that was the final approach instructions. Anyway, traffic is 10 o'clock, which is that way. 7,000, so that's below us. I don't see anything. Anyway, there we go. Turn right heading 045. There we go. Extending maintain 3,000, that's what we're doing. Yeah. ILS, wrong way. Yeah, yeah. We'll just contact them straight away. I'm not waiting around. We'll put an approach in here. I always just put it in just for backup really, but I do prefer just to intercept the ILS when I can. What is it? Oh, this one button. That one, vectors load, and activate that in. Make straight in when we're right. Right, so we shouldn't really need the ATC until we get that clearance for takeoff, which is like right before landing. Ooh. Where's the sun going now? That's behind the clouds and stuff. Right, so where are we looking at? Oh, here's Berlin, obviously. So I'm going actually a little bit more speed. So we're still actually pretty far away from the airport. should be good. We'll scale home GPS for now. In fact, we will just use this to line up the runway. Let's go and see the airport. Oh, is that it right there? Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So we're landing on the right runway. We need to be decreasing a little bit more, a little bit faster. Okay. How are we going? Alright then, we can just bring down the gears now. So we're just getting aligned up the runway. We can slow down actually quite a bit now. Oh, better acknowledge that. Right, we can go on approach hold now that diamond's just about lined up. I don't know why it did that, but I missed out a little bit of recording there, by the way. But I don't know why it did that. It just sort of went to the right and then left, and now it's going right again. So it's not exactly lining up where it should be, but it's still doing it. So sorry that it's just doing it a little bit later than it should have. Because usually once you hit the nav hold switch and your ILS is all set up, it pretty much just lines it all up. But for some reason it decided to go right, then left, and then right again, so it's now just sort of getting on its final lining up there. So yeah, right, we've been cleared to land. There. I think I hit that diamond right. I wasn't actually really paying attention, but I'm pretty sure I did. If not, it was just slightly below it, but that's even right. Either way, a couple of notches up or down is alright. It's better to hit it too late than too early, because that means if you hit it too late, it means that you're just a little bit too high, so you'll just land on the runway a little bit later, which is better than landing on the runway earlier, because if you land on the runway earlier, you might end up landing on the grass or on the like emergency patch, I forgot what it's called, like where the chevrons are, the yellow bits. Well, actually that just depends on whether the airport's got one. There's the other airport over there, I think it is. That's one of them anyway. Don't know which one's where and all that. Right, so at 1,000, still descending down. Can reduce our speed just a little bit more now as we get closer. But everything does look okay. I like these landing lights they have. This, not all airports do them. Where like they're like going in towards, I don't know what they're specifically called, but like the lights, that sort of white light there that it's just going in and in, like this one here. I just think they look cool. That's all. I think they might only be used at like this sort of day though, actually, to be honest, if you're thinking about it, because that's the only time I've ever seen them. And then once it actually turns to night, they turn on the full set that come all the way out here and stuff. I think that must be like to do with how it works. Alright, so we all look good, lined up at the correct altitude just about. It looks like we'll just get tagged too low, but that's... I mean high even. That's alright obviously, because that always happens. Right, so there is the touchdown. Could probably make it off there, to be honest. I should have actually. But that's alright, we'll just turn up here. We'll take a right, I think, considering that's where the terminal is. I don't know what it is with these A320 aircrafts, like the A320 family. I always just do a little bit of a bounce when I land, no matter what I've done, whether I've done visual or IFR, I mean ILS. Always have a little bit of a bounce. So, yeah, I don't know why, but that just seems to be what happens. Right, spoilers down, flaps can now start to come up. We can also, as I've now remembered, turn off our landing lights and on our taxi lights and off our strobe lights. Right, so let's just contact ground. What, there's no parking? This happened before, didn't it? On the first full flight, I think it was, that we did. There's no parking, so it wouldn't give me an option. Alright. There's only taxi to takeoff. So we'll just turn right, we'll just head over there, and then if necessary we'll just stop on the taxiway. I think that's what happened, wasn't it, on the first full flight I did in these in this mini-series. Which is quite annoying. Now I'm wishing I did land at that bigger airport, because I doubt they were going to run out of gates there. But that's alright, it doesn't really matter that much. Mainly just the flight part that people like to watch in these, I've noticed. I'll now look at the audience retention. There's like a big spike at takeoff and then an even bigger one at landing. But the reason I still do them is because, one, they're popular, you know, they get the most views, so obviously people click on them when they see it says full flight. And two, because there is actually still a pretty decently high audience retention throughout the middle of the flight. And since I've been doing like these talking, where I've been talking throughout the entire flight, that's like doubled basically, in fact, which is good. So double the amount of people are watching them all the way through, or at least, well, not necessarily all the way through. It just, whoa, that's a lot of lens flare there. Not necessarily all the way through, but it just sort of means every part of the episode has been watched basically by quite a few people. Definitely seems like it is full then. Nowhere for us to park. I should probably start doing scheduled flights. I think I might start doing those then once I'm back from the 2-year shutdown, because with Ultimate Traffic 2 you can literally replace a flight. So I could literally replace this flight, but obviously just doing a different aircraft, because they wouldn't really know that. I could have done it this time actually, though I don't think they had a flight this time of day, which is what I wanted. Where is the sun now? Where is it? Oh, it's over there. Just from this angle, this airport actually looks really similar to the one in Prague. Just like from this angle, because the sun's in the same place, there's still a runway going on there, well there's two, but... and then the terminal's like right there, it looks pretty similar. That lens flare as well. Could always park at the fuel. Bit late now though. Can I just try to think, where could we actually go? I think I'll just stop it here then. Sorry about that. But there's no parking, fortunately can't help it. Yep, nothing there. Nope, definitely not. What's round there out the back? I think that just takes you round one way. Okay, then what we'll do is we'll just pull in here around this corner of the taxiway and just stop the aircraft. Just down here. Shame that though, actually, because it was a pretty good flight. Shame we couldn't end it properly. Alright, there we are then. Oh. And turn off our lights there. We can turn off those, and the fasten seatbelt zone. Just like that. So, there's the sun. Get a good finishing shot in this at least. Alright, so that has been it for this episode. Exterior view of that landing just coming up after this. If you want to watch that, same as the last full flight. So thank you for watching. Now that is the last full flight, sorry, the last video request out of those 10. I'll be back a few weeks basically, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks from the date that this is released. So thank you for watching, and almost there for end of 2-year shutdown, and the new channel coming out soon. So once again, this has been the Air Berlin Airbus A321-200 from Prague to Berlin. Thank you for watching.